on the weekends. And these people who are suffering from motor neuron disease, the families become so socially isolated.
How come in your studies and in your education as a young person, how come you had a leaning towards working towards the end of life kind of projects? What is the mindset of that person who would try to understand bereavement and that death more closely?
I guess I'm the type who basically wants to work with the community and see where is the gap that we can fill. And when I started research in palliative care and working particularly with motor neuron disease, a dreadful, dreadful disease where until now we don't have a treatment and we don't have a cure. And I looked around, the only thing we can help those people with is to have a strong, knowledgeable community around them, to make their life bearable so that they can get the support and the quality of life. I mean, we do have not-for-profit organizations helping, but of course everyone is paid there. But there is a limit to what they can do because they open from 9 till 5, no one on the weekends. And these people who are suffering from motor neuron disease, the families become so socially isolated. First, because the community don't understand the disease well. They're scared. They don't know how to offer support. And therefore, families with whether motor neuron disease or other life-limiting illness live in such socially isolated life that if only the community knew that they could play a big role in their life, they would spend their living time basically, or, living while dying, I suppose, in a much better way. So there is a better way of doing things. And palliative care is about this more holistic picture rather than just symptom management, because 5% of the care is delivered by clinical services. 95% of our day we spend with our loved ones, our communities, our schools, our universities, our workplaces, our faith organizations. These are the people who are with us all the time. We need to reskill them again. We need to give them the confidence to be able to support someone who's caring, dying, and grieving. And so I guess this is where knowing the situation with motor neuron disease made me think, what else can we do better? They're at home all the time, right? They don't need to go to hospital unless there is an acute phase that they're going through. And so the major burden of the disease falls on the family carer. And mostly it's the spouse or the mother. But what we are saying in compassionate communities is about how do you develop those networks of care around the family in need. It doesn't have to be one person doing that caregiving. And really to care for someone at home, you need a village. You need at least 10 people to be able to help and take on this job like probably on a roster so that the load is shared. And therefore, the family carer, whether a spouse or a mother or so on, do not get overwhelmed and do not get burdened. And then the next thing is let's send our loved one to a hospital or to aged care facility. They'd be able to look after their loved one at home if that care is available. So we are saying to communities, come on, get back to how it used to be, because there's no other way now into the future of looking after the dying or the terminally ill if we don't work together for that.